All right, so here you can see the UML diagram, and this is actually the entire base of what I plan to do as a part of this project. So if we go in, we can see that one essence of it is that we are going to have a warrior class, which will be an abstract class, and we're going to have a warrior factory that generates warriors, and then we have multiple units that are inheriting from warrior, and from each unit we have a player unit and an enemy unit, and similarly we have certain objects like arrows and catapult stones and fireballs for wizards that will be rendered on screen. And on the screen itself, the screen will have a map, and the map will have different lanes, and each lane consists of queues which will be filled by warrior objects of both the player and the computer generated enemy. And similarly, we have the point structure here, and we have one player and one enemy class to in fact keep track of the player and enemy attributes. Right now, if we take a look at the code, we can see here that we are create right now we have configured it such that it's a two-player game, so we can actually control the generation of units from both sides. You can see the warrior header file here, and you can see that the different attributes of each warrior like speed, health, damage, and hit chance have been included. Similarly, we have a warrior factory, we have a map uh, classes as stated before. Now if I run this, so you see a screen pops up, and I can, from the left hand side, I can simply send a swordsman, or I can send a horseman, and to combat that I can send more players. And the best part is that I can maneuver different lanes. Right now we're considering we only have 5 lanes in the play, and we only have 2 units as of right now, but we are obviously expanding upon that, and hopefully next week we'll have something much more concrete to show you all right, thank you.
As for my part of the project, I will be handling most of the graphics and a bit of the gameplay. So I'll be handling most of the screens. For that, I'll be making a screen abstract class from which I'll be deriving all my other classes such as the menu screen, the pause screen, the game screen, etc. My screen class will be utilizing the character, word, and button classes for various functions. My game screen class will be making use of other classes such as the timer class, the money class, and the unit icon class, which will be responsible for, which could be used along with the keyboard for spawning units. Apart from that, the gameplay aspect I'll be handling is the spy class, the guard class, and the miner class, which will be happening at the top of the screen, which will be happening at the top part of the screen. As for the progress so far, I've come across this software named Tiled, using which I'll be generating the map we we want. This is so far a preliminary sort of map. I'll be working on this over the week to come up with something that's more substantial and gives a more realistic feel. As for the fonts I'll be using, this is the font I'll be using on the menu screen, and these are the buttons I'll be using. Apart from this, in terms of code, the progress that I've made is that I've made the screen factory, I've made the screen header file, I've made the texture files, the character files, and the word class files and the button class files. I've successfully integrated the background onto the screen while I'm still in the process of working on adding the buttons to the menu screen. The progress I intend to make by next week is that I complete my menu screen is functional. Furthermore, I plan on integrating Abdullah's part of the gameplay onto the gameplay screen and working on classes such as the timer class, the money class, and that's about the progress that I look forward to making in the coming week.